Hey guys, this is Brownbag talking sports here again to talk about the New Orleans Saints. This time I'll be discussing a rather disappointing Sunday matchup against the LA Rams, which we lost 27-9. So, without further ado, let's get this over with. This game was about very great defense versus terrible offense. The offense just couldn't get into a rhythm all game. In the first drive, we actually were looking pretty decent, but the whole drive ended with a pick that completely took the momentum out of our whole offense. Our offensive woes only continued when Drew Brees got his thumb hurt early in the game. Teddy Bridgewater stepped in for Brees, and he didn't really look all that good. He was 17 for 30. He threw for 165 yards. To be fair to him, he did step in like rather suddenly. So we didn't really game plan around Teddy Bridgewater. We were expecting for Brees to be healthy for this game. So next week I'll be expecting better because we'll actually have some time to game plan for Teddy Bridgewater and see how he'll use the field and how he'll use the receivers. But for now, he didn't play that good. In the rushing department, there really wasn't much to say. Alvin Kamara had 13 carries for 45 yards. Murray had 5 carries for 7 yards. To be honest, these two did a lot more in the receiving category. They both had 1 catch. Kamara had 1 for 15. And Murray had 1 for 16. So, yeah, going against this Rams team, they have a really good rushing defense. They didn't do all that well against Christian McCaffrey last week, but that wasn't the case this week. Our receivers actually had a pretty decent game. Michael Thomas being our leading receiver once again, having 10 receptions for 89 yards and averaging 8.9 yards a reception. Traquan Smith had 3 receptions. He had 49 yards and averaged 16 yards a reception, so that was a surprise. Cook had a pretty decent day. He had 2 receptions for 25 yards, averaged 12 yards per reception, so it was a rough day for him. He had a pretty alright game considering the amount of receptions he had, but that pick that I was talking about earlier, that wasn't on Drew, that was on him. Early in the game, Drew threw towards Cook. Cook got a hold of the ball, but 2 Rams defenders hit him, and the ball popped out, and it landed in another Rams defender's hands. I feel like that drive we were in a pretty decent flow, but that interception kind of killed things, and I'm not really pissed with Cook, but it was a costly play. We really could have gotten some really valuable points out of that, but it just didn't happen. The defense, however, tightened up. I was a bit disappointed with our rushing defense last week and our pass coverage last week. It wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be. The pass coverage is still pretty shoddy, but the rushing defense did really well. Gurley got 16 carries for 63 yards. That was amazing by our rushing defense. And this early in the season, like before this game was on, like even before the NFL season started, I was wondering why this type of rematch was this early in the season, because this goes for a lot of teams, but the Saints especially, we just don't start off that crisp. Like we're not on the same page yet until like week 4, week 5. That's when we're all playing our best football. I had some concerns for the defense this game, even before a down of football was played, but the defense stepped up today. My only problem with the defense was when Cooper Kupp caught a reception from Jared Goff late. I, it was like it wasn't late in the fourth quarter, but it was like near the top of the fourth quarter. But because we still had some time left, it was still like 9 minutes left. We were down by 11, and it was 3rd and 3. If we could have got a stop, we could have done something. The reception itself wasn't bad, but it was like there were like 3 Saints that made contact with him and wasn't able to pull him down. Like it was crazy. Like it looked like that Marshawn Lynch beast mode play like years ago. Like nobody could get a tackle on him. Nobody could get a grasp on him. It was like Cooper Kupp just bathed in butter before the game started. It was just stupid. And I don't even want to bring this play up because overall I felt like the offense was more the reason we lost. And the defense did a really good job. Like we even got a turnover that should have been a touchdown, but the ref blew the play dead before Cam could get into the end zone. So Cam's fumble recovery that should have been a touchdown wasn't a touchdown because of stupidity by the refs. I mean, it was just terrible. Like why blow the play dead so quickly? Why not just let the play out? Like I don't get it. The score was tied 3-3. A touchdown there could have really swung the momentum back to our side and should have swung the momentum back to our side, but it was just stupid, man. Like I get it. The game of football is really fast at times, but why not just let the play out? That's all I'm saying. Why not just let the play out? This it was terrible. I mean, I don't even want to bring up that Cooper Cup play because the defense went through so much that game and they played so hard. Like the Rams didn't get a touchdown that entire first half, but I can't not mention that Cooper Cup play. You have to at least make a tackle. There's no way we shouldn't have made a tackle on Cooper Cup. That whole play was just embarrassing. It was just a really bad day for the Saints. Who that nation is really they're shook right now, and it's it's not looking that good. But I have I have hope that I have hope that we'll get it together. That we'll at least look better in the Seattle game. Our offense will look better. That's the main thing I'm going to be looking at because in my season preview, not season preview, but weeks 1 through 4 preview, I had us losing the game at Seattle. I couldn't imagine it was going to be like this without Drew Brees, but yeah, even with Drew Brees, I was expecting us to possibly drop that road game. All I'm looking for next game is for there to be some more fight on the offense. And again, I get Teddy Bridgewater was just kind of thrown in there. But dude, you've been a starter before. Like you've gotta pull through. Like you had a whole second half. You had part of the first half and a whole second half to do something, man. Just watching Teddy Bridgewater was just so it was just so frustrating at times because he would just hold on to the ball so long and it would take him forever to get rid of it. And our offensive line was holding them pretty well. We were giving Teddy like 3 to 4 to 5 seconds to find somebody or at least throw the ball away. But Bridgewater was just holding on to the ball, and that cost us a couple plays. Like the way he was holding on to the ball and not getting rid of it, I'm surprised the Rams didn't get a fumble off of Bridgewater. I'm really surprised. Like it just didn't look good. But hopefully our offense will have more of a rhythm for next week and we'll look stronger by next week. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't, and until next time, Brownbag signing out. What a day, man. What a day.